Hi Aquarius, I hope that everybody's doing well. We are here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. So I'm seeing something that you may have thought was kind of solid that may kind of be going down the drain right now. I was seeing the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords. There can be like an ending, maybe something that feels painful to you, something along those lines. Is this a brief overview? We may be getting into it. See what pops up. Okay. Four of Wands. A relationship. Something that you're committed to. Something that you're trying to maneuver through. Maybe something that you're trying to prioritize right now. Taking action. Taking action within a relationship or within a commitment that you have. Working on wanting to take action in a grounded and well thought out way. I'm seeing you definitely be carrying some... I have O behind me for anyone curious as to what I'm reaching for back here. You may be in a spot where there's like a lot of power that you have, it seems. Like carrying a lot of weight with you energetically is what this looks like. Like I'm seeing you have a lot of control over a situation. To have you coming out as the King of Wands, it's like a very powerful spot to have within a dynamic where you may even feel kind of like, I don't know, like the leader in some way, or the one that more so initiates things in this relationship, things like that, or like you may have more control over certain things, feel more also like the Rock in certain ways. I'm seeing you come out in a masculine energy. Remember, all of us have masculine and feminine. This is just what's going on in this particular situation. I'm seeing you like working on being in a space where you want to be like coming off as a good leader, or even as a good example. Like this can be even a mentoring energy. Like maybe this is a relationship with somebody younger than you, or somebody that like looks up to you, and that can be something mutual too. Like maybe you look up to this person, maybe they look up to you. Whatever it is, this is somebody that in certain ways, like they look to you as like a powerful figure, okay? And I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, I don't want to abuse that, I want to earn that, I want to work on being in this role where I feel like I have a lot of power and also a lot of responsibility. If this is, say, like a business partnership, you may have a lot of like creative liberty and also power too, autonomy. Okay, somebody's upset about something. Something going on. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. So, desires being put out on the table. Okay. Alright, Aquarius. Somebody may want something from you. I'm not seeing you be interested. This person may not be used to getting turned down. It's interesting because like as the energy ebbs and flows, I was seeing you identify with the King of Wands energy. Not that you don't still. What I'm seeing now is that like you have somebody coming through identified with the King of Wands energy. This would be somebody that can be assertive, they can be a fire sign, or they embody the energy of a fire sign, and they're coming through being like a relationship plus me plus you. But then I'm seeing somebody be in this spot where they're like not interested in that. This is like, that's not really resonating with me, I'm not into it. So whether this be you going towards somebody and being like, you and I together, maybe something happening here. I'm seeing this person rejecting you. If you're on the other end of things, somebody may be coming through. This person will come through very confidently. Again, like, this is somebody that, like, perceives themselves as being attractive, generally, like, we're talking about the archetype here. Like, this isn't maybe somebody that really, like, normally gets turned down. They usually can get what they want. They're somebody that's charming, attractive, things like that. Again, generally speaking, like, more so objectively. And they're in a space where they're like, this is that thing that I want this, but then someone's like, I don't want that though, so it's not mutual. Again, Four of Swords is like dismissing something because you're like, that's not resonating with me, I don't want that, or I'm not into that, or like, I don't have this. It seems like it's specifically connected with the desire of someone. Somebody has a very particular desire and thought in mind with you, and you do not have that same feeling. So you're like, nah, I'm good, I'm not into that. Okay. Ooh, okay. This person may be pursuing like a physical relationship with you or a romantic relationship with you, but you would see them as being more so in the Knight of Wands energy. If you are seeing somebody in the Knight of Wands energy, like, this is not somebody that you would necessarily be seeing as relationship material. Like, this is somebody that may come through in like a younger energy. You may see them as being less mature than you. Or there's somebody where you're just like, when it comes to like my deeper value system, I don't feel like that's compatible with yours. So this is why the turning down is happening. Meaning, like, you may be looking for something that's like, that you can really connect with, and maybe feeling like this is not something that you connect with. Like, this may be a more fun relationship that you have with this person. Like, things may be exciting and like you can talk about ideas and stuff like that. With the Knight of Wands, it's a very charming energy, and it can be very funny and like making you laugh, and like you have good conversations and stuff like that and good chemistry with this person. But as far as like a long term, as far as like this type of relationship, it's like these don't really go together. But this person may see themselves in that energy, but I'm seeing like you not feeling them like that. To you, they would come off as the Knight of Wands energy. So yeah, Knight of Wands energy can also be kind of pushy too. Like, have a very particular agenda in mind, and you'd be like, I don't know about all that. So yeah, you may have like really needed to check in and be like, is this resonating with me? Is this not? I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, this is not resonating with me. You know that it's not resonating with you. Did you make a choice yet? You may not have responded to this person. You know what you want to do. You just may not have done it yet. You may also know that this is going to hurt the other person. Potentially. Not this person's emotions are not so much your responsibility. You know, you can't control how someone's going to feel. You have to be honest. I mean, you don't have to do anything, actually, but you are going to feel better if you are honest and transparent and genuine within this situation, rather than trying to, like, save somebody's feelings by not being honest. You know, you have to be concerned with what's right to do in a situation, and less so about the after effect, because that's just going to be what it is. It's the same thing with, like, when you're doing work, to be concerned and invested and present in the work that you're doing and not be attached to the results. Within this situation, something is clearly not aligning with you, otherwise the Four of Cups wouldn't be here. So for whatever reason it is, you don't share the same vision as this person, you don't want the same thing. And so you're getting to a point where, like, an answer is needed from you to say something, to respond within a situation. You already know what to do. It's just a matter of actually taking action and doing it. Again, doing what's right in the moment and being concerned and present to the task at hand, and letting go of the results of what's going to happen. It's just about doing what you know is right and what needs to be done here. some of you very well might be on the other side of this. Like, I'm seeing the energy can go either way for sure. Like, you may be pressing somebody and they're, like, not into it. So just be mindful and respectful. Okay, so you know the answer that you're going to give this person. You're just figuring out how to actually do it. Yes. Respond. I'm seeing like messages or conversations going back. So funny. I just got a text at that moment. Messages, conversations going back and forth between you and this person. So you're like figuring out what to say to them, like what to message them, what to reply, how to respond. Death card. You may be a Scorpio, may be dealing with a Scorpio, may have particular Scorpio placements, maybe a Pluto dominant chart. So it seems like you moving through this situation is allowing you to grow as a person. But because of the death card being here, it's like not usually in a fun way. It's like there's so much personal growth to be gained through this experience. But it can feel very uncomfortable. It's the shedding of skin that is happening. So you are maybe in a situation that like you're going to do differently than maybe you had in the past. Especially when things are sort of unclear emotionally as well. Yeah, taking action in a different way. It definitely feels like using your energy and using your power differently than you have in the past. There's like a reform and a growth and like a development, a maturity even. But again, with the death card, like this may not be a particularly comfortable situation. But I'm seeing you make a plan. I'm seeing this be like different than what's normal for you. Different than the usual. It seems also like you're addressing something like straight on. Like I want to just get right to the point and handle this. A tower. Okay. So it's like, no matter what way you do this, for some reason, there's like surprise in the fact that something is being like rejected, dismissed, turned down. It's like maybe somebody wasn't expecting you to not be into their idea or not be into something that they wanted with you. You may even surprise yourself with the way that you deal with a situation. So it leads to a tower. This was inevitable. The tower comes through because somebody is building something at a location they're not supposed to be building at, right? The foundation is not the type of foundation for that type of building. It's not the right location. This is not like a substantial type of structure here. And so the tower comes through and is like, you can't build here, and knocks the whole thing over. But again, this is only because if something were being built properly and there was a proper foundation and this were going somewhere, the tower wouldn't be able to touch it. Like if it is a building of truth and light, the tower cannot touch it. The tower comes back to restore balance. So that's why this is being knocked over. I'm also hearing out of the park. And yeah, it does look like there is pain definitely associated with this. So maybe that was also unexpected too. It seems kind of unavoidable at this point. Temperance and the High Priestess. You knew this, though. That doesn't mean you're not still feeling pain for this situation or that you're not still affected by it. You're a human being. You're going to be having human emotions. And so you may feel affected by this or just like, whoa, I didn't expect things to kind of take that turn here. Nonetheless, they are. And now you have the insight that you needed to really sit with this. This even seems like a confirming or reaffirming moment for you, where you were like, man, my intuition was right all along, or like that was what that sign back there meant. So this is a really huge moment for you where something is really being validated intuitively for you in a big way. I'm also seeing, because of like this grand perspective of wisdom that you have, it making it easier to kind of move through this tricky situation. Like, you seem very well prepared. It's like, if anybody is ready to deal with a tower, it's going to be Temperance and the High Priestess on the other end of this, of like, I'm adjusting to this, I'm riding the wave of this, I'm not going to be like overthrown by this thing that's happening. I'm here sitting with it, with the whole thing. So there's no pushing, there's no pulling, there's just being. And it seems to, like, again, to have the High Priestess be here, I'm definitely getting a very, very wise, connected energy on your part, and you really knowing what tools to use within this situation, and to do so from a space of centered knowing. Wisdom and gratitude for this experience that you're having. I'm even seeing you like really take on a standpoint of, it's like you're in the middle of this situation and you're already recognizing everything that it was in hindsight already. It's kind of like you don't need to wait to get 2 months out to be like, now I see the blessing of this. It's like you can already be making that out already. And I'm seeing you completing a cycle here. May have something to do with Saturn. Maybe some boundaries, something like that. Something that needed to happen. This is also connecting with the type of future that you want to be building. And what I mean when I say that is that if you had taken this thing, if you do choose to take this thing that you know from the jump is not resonating with you, you're building yourself up to have to experience a tower later on. By you addressing this right now, as soon as it comes up and being like, it's not resonating with me, I'm not going to continue doing that, or I'm not going to lie about that. Like, I need to be honest about what I'm feeling, my experience, advocating for myself, all of that. It really helps you be cultivating your pursuit of happiness, because you know this is in an alignment with that. It's not in alignment with your like fulfillment and things like that. Like, you don't energetically feel connected with whatever this is. So this is you like really making the most wise moves here. This is you thinking about what you're doing before you're doing it. This is you making moves in alignment with like what your higher known, with what your higher self is telling you. So I'm seeing you just be like really handling this flawlessly. You look very, very connected and very, very grounded with the way that you're handling this gracefully. Okay. So we are looking at Sag, Moon, Mars, Scorpio. There is something else that is going to be coming, but I'm seeing it not be time. It's kind of like the curtain is going to be opening on another act that is going to be happening, but it's not time for the curtain to open yet. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.